welcome everyone to Ukrainian Blockchain Hub. I am Maria Volchuk, and today I am glad to have here again Vays, which you know as famous, still I'll say it, trader, analyst, and also YouTube content creator. So hello, Ton, how are you?
Hi, Maria. Glad to be back on your show. It's great.
So the reason probably you understand why I called you, because of the Bitcoin price, which now kind of made a lot of people question what is happening, because for the last couple of months, Bitcoin price was over $10,000. And we've seen for the last couple of days a serious setback in price, because it went down 9,500. Now it's over at the moment, the last time I've checked, over $9,600 level. So is it for long, or what do you think what might happen with the price in the nearest future? Will it bounce or plummet?
I remain very cautious on the price of Bitcoin. As our last interview when I was in Kiev, I think I explained that this entire run-up from about $6,500 all the way up to $14,000. Something felt wrong there to me. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't feel natural. It didn't feel organic. It didn't feel like new buyers were coming in. It really felt like the current people in Bitcoin were just moving money around. In hindsight, it's pretty obvious that most of that run-up in Bitcoin was the exit out of altcoins. And the exit out of altcoins had slowed down, and Bitcoin was able to hang in there between $10,000 or $12,000. But right now, what looks like is happening to me is that because new buyers are not coming in, I don't see the masses coming. And the moment this exit out of the altcoin still kind of slows down, there's not enough buying into Bitcoin, and then everything falls. Yes, there is some institutional investment coming in, but I don't think those institutional investors are looking to buy at the high. They're looking to buy more at the low. And if they see the price going down, they will be very patient and they will wait. So right now, we did just fall a lot from 10,000 to 93. I can see a bounce back to that $10,000 area. But after that, I do see sub $9,000 prices in the near future.
Yeah, actually, when we have been talking lately, you said that you're expecting the price of Bitcoin to plummet considerably. So what do you think now is the bottom price for Bitcoin? Because recently, I don't recall who said it, that he believed that Bitcoin price, the bottom price is now $10,000, but now we can see it's less than 10,000. What's your precise bottom price for Bitcoin?
Well, there's no such thing as the precise bottom price. I
just made it up.
I never even felt comfortable with the $3,000 low that we had at the very end of last year and early this year. I felt that the Bitcoin bear market, people didn't experience enough pain. Mm-hmm. And either we were supposed to stay at that low area of $3,000 to $4,000 this entire year in order for people to feel that pain, or we're going to go lower down to the $2,000 area, or maybe down to $1,500. So the entire start of the bull market felt a little early to me. So right now, the most likely low for me is in that $7,000 range, low sevens, maybe mid sevens. So not that much further down. That's what I'm expecting with the highest probability. Now that of course doesn't mean that we can't go up from here and break 20,000. And this really was the low. That's possible. And I'm one of the few people that has not ruled out a bigger fall in prices down to the $4,000 area, or maybe even lower. I'm one of the few people that has not said we will not go below 3,000. I would need to see something else in the market. I still have an outstanding bet with someone from CNBC, one of their crypto shows on CNBC, that Bitcoin will fall to $4,500 before the halving, which is in May. And I'm still waiting for that, and I think it can happen. Is it likely to happen? Probably not. But are the odds there? Yeah, the odds are there. I don't think it's impossible. Let's put it that way.
Okay, what are the odds? I mean, how many percent is it possible and when? I mean, what now, for example, are the possible outcome reasons which may move market up or down? I mean, let's take, as we did before, like two scenarios. One is positive. So what should make the price of Bitcoin go up on the market? And on the contrary, what do you see now?
Sure. So one of the biggest catalysts to drive Bitcoin up is actually new all-time highs. So if Bitcoin starts approaching new all-time highs, we're talking 18,000, 19,000, it will be all over the news and all the masses are going to want to jump into it. This is why if Bitcoin comes back to the prior all-time high, it can really take off to the upside. And that's a huge catalyst. Another big catalyst for Bitcoin to rise is economic instability, especially in the currency area around the world, but not too catastrophic. So we're talking, for example, another country decides to leave the Eurozone and maybe convert their euros into their local currency, like a franc or a drachma or the lira or any of the other ones. So instability like that can really help. More disruption between China and the U.S. in the trade war. A lot of it is just talk. A little bit of economic activity goes on there because of these talks. For now, it's just, everyone is jabbing at each other. China shutting down Hong Kong. That's another catalyst for Bitcoin. Anything that isn't too catastrophic, because when you have a catastrophic economic event, companies go bankrupt and people lose their jobs. And if people lose their jobs, that is not a good environment for Bitcoin because Bitcoin is still a speculative asset that people will run to protect themselves. But if they have no income coming in, if they have no jobs, they have no money to run into Bitcoin with. In fact, it could be the opposite. If you lost your job and you got to feed your family and you have Bitcoin, you are now forced to sell it. So economic problems, but they aren't too big. Now, what can cause Bitcoin to continue to go down, like we've had for the last several months, is it's not much. In order for markets to go up, you always need new buyers coming in and speculating. But in order for market to go down, you just need those buyers to hold off on buying. You don't need anybody actually selling. And this is the danger in prices dropping. And when prices go up without sufficient demand, that drop is dangerous. And that's what I think. I think that we weren't ready for this run up. It caught me by surprise. It didn't catch everybody by surprise, but it certainly caught me by surprise because I don't think the economic and speculative fundamentals are all that strong right now for Bitcoin, and it just needs a little more time.
Okay, how do you think May-backed Bitcoin futures, which are on schedule to launch on September the 23rd, influence the Bitcoin price or not?
I think the biggest influence they have on the Bitcoin price itself is people talking about the launching of those futures. It's not much different than what happened with the CME futures. The CME futures launched literally the day of the all-time high. And there was so much talk and speculation about it that people were speculating that the launching of the CME futures would do these spectacular things for Bitcoin. So people were buying up Bitcoin into the event of launching the CME futures. But then the day they launched, they didn't make any difference. And then the speculation because of the launch stopped. And like I just said, in order for prices to fall hard, you don't need sellers. You just need people to stop buying and not willing to pay the high price. And that's exactly what happened at the end of the last bull market. And I don't see this one being any different. There's nothing special about backed CME futures, backed deliverable futures. In fact, they're so not innovative that they're giving you your Bitcoin once a day instead of on demand the way Coinbase does, for example. People are just hyping up Bakkt for no other reason than they're regulated and they have responsible people working there. But as far as what they can actually provide, there's zero innovation there. I would have loved for them to innovate and do something new, but I haven't heard or seen anything innovative other than, yes, it's another company that you can buy your Bitcoin from, and you can only take delivery once a day instead of other companies that can give it to you that hour.
Yeah, that's correct. I've heard actually similar opinions that it won't influence in any way. And to be honest, I'm still in doubts whether it will be launched on the 23rd, because we know it has been delayed like too many times. So I may expect it to be delayed once again. But once again, we've been talking as well the previous time. I asked your opinion about Libra, famous so-called cryptocurrency. Now I cannot but ask you about Telegram, because on the 1st of September, it's really soon, it would release the code to run the node on the network. It will be on Sunday, and the code should allow public testing on the node system for the Telegram Open Network, which is shortly TON. So I would like to know, what does TON Vays think about the Telegram Open Network, which is shortly TON, and the Telegram cryptocurrency Gram?
I'm not a fan of it at all. I really like Telegram, the messaging app. I like using it all the time. Mm-hmm. But I don't like this token. Basically, are they creating money for the world, or are they simply finding a way to monetize their company? If you're monetizing your company, you're supposed to do it through the equity space. You're supposed to, give people shares of your company. You're not supposed to invent money in order to make money for your company. So I think it's a little scammy. I'm not a fan of what they're doing. I don't know if the regulation will get to them. I think if they're protected by Russia, the USA isn't going to be able to do anything to them. But it was another ICO that they raised a bunch of money from private investors. They're doing it in the unregulated space, and I think it's a very scammy practice. And I've been critical of every company that's doing it. Facebook is a little bit different. Facebook isn't doing it to fund their company. Their company is already funded. Facebook is doing just fine. But for these companies, they have to find a way to monetize, and they have to find a way to make money for their business without inventing money. Inventing money is not new. People have been trying to do it before. So I really don't like it. I'm not a fan of that token. I was critical of it when it launched, and I will remain being critical of it, even though I love their product.
Okay, and the last question: what is the next conference where you'll be a speaker? You'll be a speaker, and probably we could meet somewhere.
Yeah, so the next conference I'm speaking at is in Washington, D.C. It's called the Black Blockchain Summit. I doubt we would meet there. But right after that, I'm flying out to Riga to speak at Baltic Honey Badger. And that one you may be able to make it to. It's a very good event. A lot of Bitcoin maximalists are there, and it's mostly talks about Bitcoin. And the next event after that is in Prague, Hackers Congress.
UA. The next event after that is Blockchain UA, which is actually in Kyiv.
Oh, when is that? What day is that?
Well, actually, this is an event organized by Distributed Lab and Pavlo Kravchenko.
Ah, okay. Well, when is it?
It's on the 20th of September. And you know, of course, this conference. I believe you've been there, but just...
I probably have, but yeah, maybe I'll, if I'm in the area, maybe I'll swing through.
Okay, thank you, Ton. Have a nice day. And once again, we were from Blockchain Hub interviewing Ton Vays, famous, still I'll say it, YouTube content creator, analyst, and trader. I'm Maria Vovchuk. See you soon.